Hey guys, this is Matey from Electric Hat Games. This is Community Run number 8. Got a lot of cool stuff today to show you. We have the multiplayer update that we're working on. This is the first time we're showing you the multiplayer stuff on this video. We've been doing some streaming stuff here and there, so if you've been able to catch that, awesome. If you haven't, you'll be able to see kind of our tests, which I'll show you, and then some just general community stuff to go through. First, I want to bring up that we're on the Humble Store. You can get to the top through there. Pretty awesome. We love the Humble Store. It's a very, very great online third-party store for Steam keys or anything like that. We like to do it for Steam keys. So basically, you just buy it on here and save a little bit of money now and then because it'll be on sale. And then they also have deals where if you're a monthly subscriber to their game bundles monthly, you save extra 10%. So that's awesome. Humble Store is very cool. It's great to the developers. It actually gives us a little bit of a higher percentage off of sales to the developers. So that's awesome. And then they also give a pretty great portion to charity as well. So it's really great if you haven't used it. They have game bundles every week. So get an account if you don't have one, and then check out their store page. We're on there. Just search to the top, and you'll find us. And for this week, we're 20% off. And then if you're part of that monthly, that's an extra 10%. So that's close to 30% off the total to get it. So if you have friends, let them know. Get it from here. Very awesome. Yeah. So thank you a lot for Humble for having us on there. What else? Let's see. I want to highlight you guys with the speed runs. So recently, the really cool stuff you guys have been doing with speed runs is that any percent finishes. So what any percent means is that you're going from A to Z. So basically from start to end of credits. And how fast you can actually run that. So there's some level skipping involved, so you can actually skip some levels. So it's really dependent on how you want to get the medals to unlock the credits in the final chapter. Is really up to you. So I've been really enjoying this. Of course, Tank is killing it on here. He's always been a great contributing member. Let me just pull this down a little bit. But what's really cool watching these runs is not only are people running the levels incredibly fast and very skillfully, but they're also adding in new elements to the runs. So sometimes you'll actually see them go for the hidden medal. So that's great if you guys haven't seen where the hidden medals are. This might be helpful for you. Or they might actually go for the geomes, which they need to collect up them all, or they just might skip a whole level. It's really interesting because you can see here Tank is going for the geomes right here, and then also going for really fast finish. He just got the time, and then he's also turned back around and then going for this hidden medal. So getting 100% on this level really quickly so he can progress even further throughout the game and finish it under 25 minutes. I think this is his posted time. 23 minutes. So very, very cool. I'm really digging watching these runs. It's a whole new way to look at speedrunning the game and incorporate our side elements with the hidden medals and with the gems. This one's really cool too. You can actually see here. Tenka gets to the finish. He goes through here. Jumps. Kind of a patented way to go through. Quickly, you can actually hear him getting the medals and then turning around and getting right back to the hidden medal path. Very skillful, very very hard to do to link all these things together, and then figuring out where you could shave time to get those extra medals and what the best levels to do them with. So this has been kind of a recent thing, and you guys have been doing a great job with holding it down on speedrun.com and making it very easy to navigate through here and seeing all the cool stuff. So you can still go to level leaderboards and view all and see all the different levels, and then the complete runs, and then this any percentage run. So also let's give a shout out to Dor Matanero, probably it's Dor Matanero. very cool to see new people jump in and getting down with it. I know Dor is kind of a newer guy, so thank you very much. And I also want to highlight the Discord. So if you didn't know already, we have a Discord. You can find the link through the Steam discussions. We have a post on there, and then everyone's always keeping this up to date. We added some cool new emojis, so you can add some pretty awesome little emojis to our discussions and show us show what it's all about. So yeah, that is very cool. So I will get to showing what we're doing for multiplayer. So let's jump into it. So multiplayer is a whole new thing. We actually haven't really discussed it. It's kind of a new paradigm for us since most of this game is formatted around being a platformer. Platformers don't really get many multiplayer modes. You know, it's just kind of a new thing for games like that. So one of the biggest inspirations for how we would do the multiplayer mode is Trackmania. It's a very cool game where it's a racing game where everyone has the same car, and you throw a bunch of tracks in the mix, and you just race it until time expires and see who posts the best time overall. And you're allowed to rerun it as much as you want until the time expires. We thought that's actually a perfect format for putting to the top. So so I'm going to jump into this video of Dan, Tracy, and I playtesting our early iteration of multiplayer and going through the racing portion. And let's get it started. So you can see here we're still using the same levels as before. You can see us pop in there, and you can see each other's full, bodies of the body, mask, and hands. And what we just did there was kind of some high fives. So when you smack each other's hands, you get points. And these new points are called AP. And what AP will do is unlock new customizables for your avatar. So you can have new masks, new bodies, and new hands. And AP is collected through social interactions, so you get the high fives. I'll also show you this kind of side minigame we're adding that's kind of hidden to get AP finishing. So depending on how you finish the level, you'll get more AP. So depending on how many players you have and where your position is on that final leaderboard for the session, you will get AP. So if you have a session of 3 people, I believe you get 1 point for last, +2 for this, second place, and then another +2 for first place, and that's 7 points. And then if you keep adding more players, it's +2. So I think it taps out at 11 points, I want to say. So we really want to motivate more and more people to jump in here, have kind of bigger lobbies, socialize, and it will benefit everybody for getting more AP and being able to get more customizables faster. So let's get back to this video. So you can see this is Dan racing through here. You got the zombie hands. And we're all racing, and it's all relative to when you started the race. So it's whenever you hit that first checkpoint. And then boom. You'll notice that let's go here. We don't have this scoreboard at the end of the finish line. So we're going to add that. We're going to add that back in so you can actually see the scoreboard. We're showing the session time, which is right here. We can't actually see it on this little video, but it's getting cut off right there, which will usually range from 5 to 7 minutes for each session, and that'll tick down as soon as the host starts. That is up to you. I should have turned off Discord. I am messing up. You guys will see your own messages pop up. I'm gonna get better at that. So yeah, so you can see here that this is Dan with the first place. You can see me in second place, and then Tracy in third place. And then this is also AP that we're earning while in the session. So each of us gave each other high five, so we each get 3 points. So you only get 1 AP for each high five for one person during the match. So you can't endlessly smack each other and get hundreds and hundreds of points. The max will probably be 8 from high five, or 7. Nope. Yes, 8? 8. Maybe 8, yeah. Well, actually, okay, it's 7, and then we all have 3 because you get 1 AP for finishing the race too. So we want to encourage you guys to rerun this level as much as possible during the session time. So we could do that. So really, if you just keep rerunning it and trying to better your time, you'll be also earning AP while you do that. So that's pretty awesome. You can kind of see here that all your customizables do show up in multiplayer, which is cool because finally your bodies and masks really are paying off when other people can see it. And we're also making brand new masks, bodies, and hands specifically for the multiplayer. So we'll have new skins that you'll be earning with that AP, if I have not mentioned that already. So yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, also these levels will be based on the single player campaign ones, but they might be modified. So these will actually be new scene files. So it's going to increase the file size of the overall project or the game file for you guys. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So we also have collectibles in there, the geomes that randomly pop up in the level every time someone collects one. So you'll actually be jumping around, and if you see, I think I'll color the geom something different, to a different color. But these new gems, if you collect it, you get 1 AP as well. And then back to what I was talking about, these levels will be based on the campaign levels, but modified. About 10 to maybe 15% modified, so it's not to be drastically different from the campaign, but I want to kind of throw you guys a bit of a curveball. If you guys are already very, very familiar with the single player version, here's some slightly modified versions to get acquainted to and try to maximize the best in multiplayer. You can see, you can do fake fist bumps. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so basically when the session ends, everyone will be kicked out to, okay, so you can see here the match time is close to ending with 2 minutes left. And when the match time ends, everybody will be put onto a podium section. So we'll have a podium for first, second, third, and then a crowd. So you guys will have a little bit of payoff for the end of each session. And then we'll reload into a whole new map. And we want to build in voting options so you guys can vote on which map will pop up next when the session restarts. So the party or everybody you're playing with will still be intact, but you guys will be dumped into a whole new level to start racing again and topping the times. So yeah, there's a big mix of different things that you could already do in this mode, whether it be racing and trying to get to the top of the leaderboards for these sessions, whether it is interacting with people, giving them high fives, maybe telling them new paths to go down and being helpful. That's what we really want to see happen a lot too, is people sharing their techniques and how to get better. That's always really fun to share, and we'd love to see that out of the community. And you can also collect the gems and some other things I'm going to show you down the line. So let's see if this match is about to end. This match is about to end, so we'll just give it some time. So very, very cool with this multiplayer mode and actually being able to see each other and race against each other, showcase your skills, and you don't necessarily need to be the best in the world, right? These aren't world record runs, but if you get very skillful, hopefully you can actually get the top of the top times in these multiplayer sessions and better your skills and have a reason to to use those routes that you use. So you can see here, we're kicked out to a new section of the level. This is very, very rough, roughed box-in version of what we're going to have for the, I guess we should call it awards ceremony section. But basically, this is where we'll have the podiums for first, second, third. You can actually see the other players. Right now, Dan's in first, so he's on the top of this boxed-in area. I'm on the side over here, and then Tracy's on the other side. But when we finish it out, it should look pretty cool, and you'll be able to see all the players and see the avatars for each person, which will be great. Some of the other things that we do need to add in for multiplayer is voice chat. So we aren't going to release without voice chat in there, so that's going to be very important. You know, the names above each other's heads. They're displaying their overall AP, so you can see like how much a player has actually played the multiplayer, which I think is very important, and recognizing, you know, their time commitment, which is very, very useful to see like who's heavily invested, and really the whole UI experience, the user experience to actually get into matches. Making sure the UI panels are telling the right information to the players. They can actually easily determine what's match time, current time, and the leaderboard, and voting, and some other features I'm going to dive into now. So functionality-wise, our major components are in place or almost nearly complete, but polishing up and user experience is going to be the next big step in getting this multiplayer mode to you guys. But we're super excited about it. So let's actually jump back in here. So one of the things that we recognized that we really wanted to add to the game was a dynamic. So we wanted to make sure that each session felt dynamic and unique to the players, so they can always you know what you expect from racing these courses, but we wanted to add some more strategy to how you can actually change these courses. So we added a feature to actually place a handhold in the level wherever you want, given you could reach it or place it near yourself. So that's going to be pretty huge, pretty freaking huge. So now, if you always wanted to place, you know, a handheld just to the side and over kind of a railing to really like to kind of have your own shortcut, it's going to be possible, and it's pretty cool. So let's actually see if we can find some footage of that. Let's see. That's more racing. Let's see. I have another video that I could show you guys. There's some more some more hand clapping going on. So let me pull up another video I have. There we go. And let me show you. So already you can see some handhelds placed. So these are the mushrooms from the volcano level that we have in the game that are only featured. And that one in Rock Monster. Rock Monster, I think is the #1 place you kind of recognize these mushrooms from. But let's actually look at it and see how it works. So right now in the game that we're playing, we kind of have unlimited handholds that we can place and put around into the environment. We're actually messing with rotation right now. I think. So here you can see from your wristwatch UI, we actually have a little panel where you can actually click on and you'll actually get a placeable object, which is really cool. So right now in our base multiplayer racing mode, we're going to limit to the things that you could place to one object per racer per session. And kind of why we want to do this is we want to really encourage people to communicate and talk with one another to build much better, much cooler shortcuts. So you can't really break the game or the level with one handhold. Usually it holds up pretty well still. But if you coordinate with 8 or so players and use the handholds in different ways. So for one of the big examples is the bridge level. In the bridge level, let me stop this right here. That's fine. In the bridge level, you guys have to go to the right, under the bridge, over the bridge, get on the truck, and then get on the big scaffolding section. Well, if you coordinate with 8 of the players, or maybe say 6 out of the 8 players, you can actually, let me see if this works. You can actually build a shortcut that starts from the start of the course straight up the bridge and then right to the scaffolding portion, and you can cut down the time from around a minute and a half to like 40, probably less than that, probably 30 seconds to run the course. So that's pretty freaking awesome, I think, is user created shortcuts. Like I said, we're limited to one handhold per player now, and we hope you guys really communicate and work together to create really cool shortcuts, because the faster you could run the course, the more AP everyone's going to get. And it might be a variable that we increase over time, because we can always add more power to the player, and that's pretty awesome. But it's really frowned upon if we give you guys more power and then dial it down. That's not so fun, right? That's not very fun. So this is a feature that we're super excited about, and we think adds a whole lot of dynamics to how multiplayer sessions will play out. So it's really a whole new feature that we've never seen in a game like this before. There's not many games like ours already, but this is a real experiment and how you can do multiplayer racing just in general. So we're super excited to put that feature in. And we hear you guys a lot with how much you guys want a level editor down the line. You want a level editor, period. And this tool gets us closer to how we would want to do a level editor or player creation. So being able to jump, climb, and build levels is really fun, really satisfying, and it's more like building it in a Minecraft type style instead of like an editor per se. So super excited. It's a feature it's really cool and adds a whole lot of I don't know, a whole lot of depth to the gameplay and what we can let you guys do. So very awesome. Can't wait to use that more and use it in cool new ways and see what you guys come up with. So we already know you guys are really good at running the courses that are already laid out. But what are you guys going to do when you can change the courses on your own? What kind of new stuff you can come up with is super exciting. So look forward to that. Here's the last piece I want to show you guys. So while we're completely focused on the racing mode for the multiplayer, we also wanted to play around with other type of gameplay in multiplayer. So we're actually adding this little feature in to the same multiplayer racing mode. It's kind of a side activity that we think you guys are going to really like, and if you guys like it enough and it's something that really grows in popularity, we might turn it into its own mode, maybe even a spin-off game down the line. But as you can see, that's Corso 1, but if you look behind behind the player start, you'll see this whole little arena section. So right here, this is kind of what I'm showing you with what this arena section is kind of made for. So we have this ball. It's the same kind of ball you've seen in Lock and Key and some of the levels, but this is networked physics now. So you could actually toss the ball to each other, or we created this little offshoot minigame where you could use this arena as your sports arena. We don't even have a name for this mode yet. But basically, we spawn this ball in the center of the arena, and it's your task to take it to one of these goals and throw it into one of these goals and get a point for that side. So there's a red and a blue side. It's really up to you guys to formulate, how you want to play against each other. So, there's no strict game logic for these rules, but if you just come up with it on your own and want to like goof off while you already have your top time in the racing mode, you can come on over here. Let me see. You can come on over here and try to score these goals on this arena, and it's actually super fun and actually has a lot of depth. It feels something like basketball or rugby. See, I just threw it into that goal. It's kind of hard to see. We're kind of chopping up here. And that scored a point on our little scoreboards we have. So if you see here, let me see if I can find it. Right there, you see a scoreboard. So when a ball goes into that goal, the scoreboard ticks up, and then that player also gets 1 AP. So like I said, this is a total side minigame, but it has a lot of depth that we found. We just discovered that this is the last major component we're adding to the multiplayer mode for this release. But it's actually really, really cool. It has a lot of depth because when you pick up the ball, you can't jump, right? One of your hands is dedicated to the ball. So you can only kind of move around with one hand or throw it and move. And the other player can come by and pick that ball up and run to the other side and get into the goal. And it's kind of that fight back and forth of like a basketball style where you're fighting for positioning, trying to set yourself up by throwing it up, jumping around, catching it, and then moving it down the field until you get a goal. It's super cool, and really we gained this with just having some networked physics and really bare bones game logic. Like I said, this is not an official mode upon our first release. Really, this is a side activity to see how you guys gravitate towards it, and if you guys want to organize players and teams and stuff like that, that's totally up to you. And we want to see how you guys like it, and if you guys like it a lot, this could be a whole nother mode that we spin off of and enhance. So we put in the game logic to split teams up and have like more in-depth mechanics on how to steal a ball and different ways that we set up the arenas. But really, it's a real taste test to see if you guys like it. So we're really, really excited to be adding this into the multiplayer mode. So look forward to that. I think it's I think we surprised ourselves with how much our multiplayer evolved over the last month. We had a goal of getting it done mid-August, but now it's end of August. But the reason we're doing that is because how much we want to make sure that you guys love it, and these key components that are going into it have a ton of longevity. So you can already see like placing down your own handholds in a level could change how a whole race, how you race against different people and interact with people and try to work with them on building stuff. How the course can change over one session. You can see how us just adding this physics ball, we kind of created this sport minigame on the side that actually has a lot of depth, um, and could be something that we evolve in the future. Um, and yeah, so that's our goal. I would say um, between end of August is our main goal to have this out to you guys. You know, keep your eyes peeled on Discord. We're going to be, me and Dan are going to be on vacation coming up in the next week. So we're going to be silent. We're going to be dark for a while, but we'll be back fully recharged to keep on making awesome stuff for you guys. And I really wanted to touch base with you guys to see how the game's evolving, and and how the multiplayer is something brand new and cool, and we hope you guys love. And we want to organize more community events and get-togethers, and play with you guys finally for the first time in real time in the same space. So I hope you guys are excited. We're very excited, and like I said, we'll be dark for the next week or two, but look forward to hearing from us close to the end of August. We need you guys to help test this out and see how the game holds up with more players. We want to get at least up to 8 in one session. That's gonna be really awesome, and hopefully take this even further. So, like I said, you could see how these placeable handholds could evolve into new ways to build levels, and ways for you guys to build it out, or even collaborate with someone and build the level together. That's awesome. I don't want to I don't want to put too many promises out there, but you can see what we're going to release with and what we're focused on, right? The multiplayer racing, first and foremost, that is the mode. Uh, one placeable object per player, very cool. That will be in there. And then this side physics sport minigame will be there as well. So you guys can actually play around with a whole new way. This is way more interactive. We can, maybe we can make a team sport out of it. That's really cool. But yeah, that is our community run for Community Run 8. If you guys like this, let me know. We're always finding the best ways to communicate with you guys, and let you know what we're working on. If this is the best way, let me know. And if you want to see more of it, it'll get me on the ball and get more videos out there to you guys, so you can see what we're up to, because it's very, very exciting. So take care and keep on racing. See you guys.